Tēnā koutou katoa, ko Tamati James tōku ingoa, he uri tēnei no kurahaupo waka no Ngāti Kuia. E hara taku mana I te mana kore noa, engari taku mana no tua whakarere I take a mai I tōku tipuna ia kupe ariki e. So Kupe is one of our eponymous ancestors for te iwi Māori, but he's quite important for us here in Te Tauihu, being responsible for naming a lot of the places around here through his kōrero. So when Kupe was coming to Aotearoa, he was chasing Te Whekea Muturangi, who was causing a lot of trouble over in Hawaii for their people. So yeah, he was chased here and then finally killed here in Aotearoa. The eyes were plucked out and placed in Kura Te Au, which is the Tory Channel where the ferry goes. And yeah, so that kōrero happened. Our people back then knew that wāhi was quite sacred, quite tapu. So when they would travel across the moana in their waka, when they got close to that wāhi, they would cover their eyes with pare kawakawa, or a wreath made of kawakawa. And then they would after passing the wāhi where the eyes were put, they would take the tīpare off and place it in the water. And that was when the moana was named Te Moana Rau Kawakawa, meaning a leaf of kawakawa or hundreds of kawakawa. When our people would pass ngā whatu, they would then take off their pare kawakawa and place it in the water, and that's where the name Te Moana o Rau Kawakawa came from. The eyes now are islands, and they are called ngā whatu kaiponu o te Whekea Muturangi, the mercenary eyes of the octopus. Kupe had many kaitiaki that came with him on his journey over here, one being Te Rupe o Ruapaka, who's very important to us of Ngāti Kuia especially. Te Rupe is a scout. He would scout the whenua for Kupe and then return to him and tell him about the whenua, whether it was a good place for the iwi, whether it had lots of kai, plentiful in kai. Te Rupe arrived in Te Hoire and Ruapaka, but he did not return to Kupe. So Kupe took that as a sign of this whenua being a great place for our iwi, full of kai, full of shelter, all of those kinds of things. Then we have Te Kawau Ātoru, who is a shag, and he was sent to test the waters in Te Aumiti. And unfortunately, Te Kawau broke his wing in the whirlpools and then he drowned. But that was also a sign for Kupe and his people that wāhi wasn't safe for them to cross. And then we have Kai Awaro, who Kupe left here because he knew that his descendants would then follow in his footsteps and need somebody or something here to lead them, to guide them. So Kupe left Kai Awaro here. There is one story about this place here in particular. It talks about Te Tairo o Kireopa. So when Kupe came here, he came with a lot of people, but two other people that he was with was Pani and Kireopa. And he was chasing them around this wāhi because Kireopa and Pani didn't want to go back to Hawaii. So as Kupe was chasing them, Kireopa started to do karakia and taku and incantations that brought up this tairoa, this bank, so that Kupe couldn't catch them. So that's the story of this wāhi here. But again, yeah, Kupe is a tino tupuna for us here in Te Tauihu.